you a hello. It is Tease. Good day. Good afternoon, good evening. I hope all are well. I hope all are safe. So, really quickly, when it comes to the Trump thing, when it comes to economics, and when it comes to like up and coming opportunities and up and coming crazy, whatever it is, but there's more talk on what is to come. Because you know how people will say, oh, Trump is there, he's going to take away this, this, and that, or they're taking black jobs, whatever the case may be. Whatever's going to happen, more than likely is set to happen, and then also, more than likely, it's going to happen anyway. So, when it's put out there, hey, Trump is going to do this, this, and that, they're going to take your jobs, or they're getting rid of government assistance, then instead of that being a scary thing, and being, oh my gosh, everything's gonna, because even if everything drops, I mean, it will be scary because I'm sure everyone will panic, but other than the panic, to avoid the panic, you can say, hey, well, how can I prepare for it when all hell hits the fan, or when they do take away because these are all trinkets. This is why there's only a handful of billionaires controlling it, because these are their trinkets or their programs, whatever it is. I'm gonna let you enjoy the trinkets, and then once they feel like they have you reeled in, then they'll use it as manipulation. That's why now that it's, oh, they're going to take away the food and they're going to do this, and basically take all of this stuff that we're leaning on, it turns into manipulation. But if you say, okay, well, what the hell will you do when they take it away? Because it might sound crazy, it might sound this, but it's like, what will you do? Because if you're just going to sit back and allow them to control you, then it's like, after a while, you can't really complain then. Because it's like, okay, I want them to control my food. I want them to control if I breathe or eat or not. Well, then if you're literally putting all your power into them, or allowing them to manipulate you, then after a while, you can't complain. Oh, they're starving us out, or they're giving us this. You're under their reign, pretty much. It could literally, the setup has been going on for a while. We've been getting set up for a long time, so we ought to be cornered by now. But it's one of those things where it's like we watch ourselves being cornered, but we're being entertained the whole time, so we don't really notice or care until it's too late. And then it's, oh my God, now that's where the panic comes. So if you get this crazy news now, like I say, now is the time for it all. It's time for the crazy, but it's also time for great opportunities too. While it's crazy, let's just say while it's crazy, the bank doors are open for 3 hours, and no cameras or nothing, but you got 3 hours. This is not going to be forever. And like I say, this is why you have to get it while it's hot, and this is why you have to utilize what you can and stay above the BS that is to come. You see what I'm saying? Have it set, are you going to stay a part of the system, or are you going to branch off and create your own lane? Because if you are going to be a part of the system, I don't know where AI would leave humans, but more than likely you'll be drowned out by technology. Because let Elon Musk, like I say, the same party that's moving in right now to create their narrative, or to create their tone, however they want things to go, he's pretty much saying, oh, okay, well, by 2040, technology or AI it will surpass humanity. There'll be more AI than humans. So basically, notice how humans or people are being shipped off. Like, this is why they're okay with us crashing and burning and drowning out. Like, go ahead, get rid of them, get rid of the liabilities, and bring in AI. Because I can promise you, the reason why they're going to go, it's easier to get rid of the humans and deal with AI. Because once you get rid of the humans, you don't have to worry about anything else. Only thing they have to worry about is switching out cords and changing batteries. You see what I'm saying? And then therefore they can do their dirt in peace. That's why it's important to look at the small. What is the small percenters doing? The ones with money. They're setting up shop and setting us up. Basically, they're leading us astray. Well, I guess we will be getting what would that be? I guess you can call it Left 4 Dead, but it's kind of one of those things like, okay, I'll just leave the humans high and dry and focus on AI. Yeah, because I'm like, can't count on the food. So it's like, oh, do you have a food source? Because notice how I'm telling you, it's all a trap. Because it's like, okay, hey, I'm going to grow food. Like, remember I've said with the seeds, you'll be lucky to find a seed. You will. water source, I'm sure some of the waters have already been contaminated. So it's like, where's your water source? This is stuff that you'll need. So it's like, it's good to know if that stuff is to come. It's just good to know that, so you know what to prepare for. What would be your alternative to it? Yeah, so I would say, instead of it being a scary thing, because I'm literally only making this video because I'm listening to a content creator with great content, great information, but the information is kind of like, well, you know, it's kind of like, I don't want to say fear-mongering, but it's kind of like, oh, you should be, oh, I guess it's reasonable to have panic, but yeah, the whole, as if it's really a bad thing that all has come crashing to hell. Even if you lose everything, that's probably a good thing, because it's something about, I think people move faster when they get the kick in their ass. Instead of, you know, waiting for them to prepare, people seem to prepare a lot better when they don't have it. Then they're, look, literally, even in the midst of chaos and riots, people are getting trampled because, hey, I wasn't prepared, but now I'm going to go run and get the supplies that I've needed or that I should have been getting. You see what I'm saying? So when people are in a pickle, they'll go for what they need to get. And that what they say, oh, I'm hungry, or I got to feed my kids. That's why I hit you across the head, to take food from you. You see what I'm saying? People, it doesn't make any sense, but when you get in the fight or flight mode, well, I guess you can call it this too. Are you going to fight or flight? You're going to stay in the system, or are you going to remove yourself from the system and fight to survive? Because it's like, if people, for those who are holding on to the system, I understand that's all that most of us know. Oh, well, all I know is working and paying the bills, and all I know is whatever it is, and junk food. But if that's what you're holding on to, that's what's going to consume you, is what I'm saying. So it's like, are you willing to branch off and do something different and do without, and find the alternative as far as your own lane? Or are you going to be consumed? And it's looking like, just from the outside looking in, it is going to look like a lot of people are going to be consumed, because a lot of people aren't even preparing. I just noticed that today too. And I'm not exactly where I want to be, but I know I strive to make improvements every day. But and I don't want to just blame it on LA, because I'm sure this spreads abroad, but and all around. But I'm noticing more strung out people. I mean, strung out to the point where you're slumped over everywhere you are, literally laid out on the streets and the sidewalks. Beyond zooted out of your mind. Crazy outburst, and then not only that, aggressively asking for money. And I'm thinking, like, that's still putting forth an effort. Literally, if I sit outside on the highway with a cup of change, need a cup of change, haven't worked in 10 years, by me doing that, that's putting in effort. So it's like, if you have the drive to go and get money, but it's like, you rather, I just don't know where people get the confidence. Now, some people do. They make a lot of money as far as scamming it. Okay, I'm just going to ask for change, you know, and then that money, you know, turns into a lot of money. But if you really think about it, like, so people, you can go out and you can beg for the money, but you can't figure out a way to keep the money flowing, though. You know, it's like, but and I don't want to say that I want to entertain jobs, but I'm thinking, if you're willing to beg for money, you should be able to use that same energy to beg for a job. Okay, I'm begging for work clothes so I can beg for a job tomorrow. But stuff like that makes way too much sense. It really does. Because the stuff that I see around, I'm thinking like, wow, y'all really gonna lean on, I'm just gonna ask Peter for $1? I'm like, good luck with that. Because everybody's not genuine or generous, you know, like that. Especially now, where everybody's pockets are being drained in order to make way for the crypto or the, you know, technology, the electronic AI funds. That's why everything is literally crumbling with the quote-unquote everyday people, with the quote-unquote workers, or whatever you want to call this system part. I think that part is crashing to, okay, get rid of this section so you can bring in the new stuff. But yeah, yeah, it's like, are you going to crumble with the system? Are you going to crumble with the old world? Or are you going to get with or get, you know, get above the next program. Because like I say, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. So I'm believe being prepared for it and understanding the inevitable. You know, I'm thinking it'll be more palatable as far as accepting that reality. Yeah. So I just thought I'd mention that too, because even if it could be something where all of terrible things are going to happen, but it's like that's probably not necessarily a bad thing. I say anything that forces you into independence it's a blessing in disguise. Even getting evicted too, because it's like, oh, we're gonna kick you in the ass. Well, what you gonna do now? It's like, you gonna figure it out, or you gonna get swallowed up by the circumstance. Yeah. So sometimes people do need to get the kick in the ass to see what are you willing to do, and how far are you willing to go. You know, and what are you willing, you know, to do to, you know, pretty much fulfill what needs to be done in order to survive. You know, like a lot of people are too willing to be consumed because they're too willing to wait for somebody. I'm going to ask you for $1. I'm thinking like, wow, you sure are confident. I'm just thinking like, with people who ask for money, I'm like, I get it if you need help, but I don't want to put all my help in it. If my next choice is to ask people for money, I'm going to be in trouble. Because you can't lean on that. There's not enough genuine or generous people in the world. There's not. Yeah. Yeah. So I guess that'll be something to think about. Yeah. Prepare, and also be willing to let this stuff go too. A lot of us are materialistic, and we think, oh, I need this stuff, you know, to feel like something, but like, no, it's materialistic. Holding on to material things, stuff that expired, holding on to stuff that goes old, holding on to damn heater. Holding on to